It's the news at noon. In the news, INEC to appeal court's judgment allowing use of temporary voter cards. NDLEA commences recruitment exercise. Akwa Ibom State Commissioner for Police Olatoye Durosinmi to deploy more officers to troubled zones in forthcoming gubernatorial and State House of Assembly elections. On a foreign scene, China's Xi Jinping handed historic third term as president. And in sports, NFF moves Guinea versus Nigeria U-23 AFCON qualifier tie to Abuja. Details coming up shortly. Good afternoon and welcome to the news on Planet Radio 101.1 FM. Yo, I am Rachel David White. We begin this afternoon with the security updates that in a bid to forestall any form of breakdown of law and order in the forthcoming gubernatorial and State House of Assembly elections in Akwa Ibom State, the Commissioner of Police CP Olatoye Durosinmi says the command would deploy more of its officers to troubled zones in the state. He also revealed that some security officers arrested during the presidential and National Assembly elections are undergoing orderly room procedures, while hoodlums indicated for various forms of thuggery during the polls are being investigated. The CP disclosed this while addressing the 2023 election citizen stakeholders meeting held at the Usman Al-Khali Baba Conference Hall of the command's headquarters in Ikoropanabia in Uyo, the state capital. The commissioner warned hoodlums to stay away during the rescheduled elections as the command would not tolerate acts culpable of compromising the polls. Meanwhile, the stakeholders who spoke during the meeting while commending security agencies for the feat recorded during the polls, however, expressed disappointment with INEC over the conduct of the elections and called on the electoral umpire to improve on its lapses in order to achieve free and fair polls. Away from that, the Peter Obi Presidential Campaign Council and Labour Party have reiterated that it has not mandated anyone to endorse any candidate outside the ones presented by the party for election. In a release, the party said it has been once again drawn to yet another endorsement of a gubernatorial candidate outside the Labour Party by a group parading itself as a Bidati group in Akwa Ibom State, stressing that the group is not known to them and does not represent the council. It noted that as much as they recognize the freedom of individuals to align, realign, and support any candidate of their choice, they take exception to the use of the Obidati group, which is led by the Presidential Campaign Council, to indulge in any unholy alliance not approved by the PCC. According to them, the principal of their party, Peter Obi, has urged them to join hands with all the party candidates across the 36 states to ensure victory at the levels of the 2023 elections. It therefore called on the real obedient citizens for a meeting tomorrow, Saturday, March 11th, by 10:45 a.m. at number 58 Bennett Bassey Street with Housing Estate, Uyo. In health, as World Kidney Day is celebrated around the globe with the theme Kidney Health for All People, have been advised to celebrate awareness about the challenges faced by patients suffering with chronic kidney disease. Speaking with Planet News on the significance of the celebration, public health representative of Nigerian Medical Students Association, Olatoye, who described kidney as an important part of the body, talked on the functions and roles kidney plays in the human body. According to him, the kidney plays a role in maintaining homeostasis, which helps to regulate the body temperature. This is as he educated the public on ways to care for the kidney.
It helps to regulate the body temperature. It maintains when water is needed most in the body, and also releases water when there's too much water in the body. The kidney, especially in regulating the soul, which has a very maintaining acid and base balance. The kidney releases some hormones like erythropoietin. Kidney diseases. That is what you check to function well.
Added while noting that statistics show that every human requires at least 3 liters of water daily, advised people to practice regular drinking of water to avoid kidney diseases, which can lead to kidney failure. He also mentioned the group of people who are at high risk of kidney damage, adding that kidney is a vital organ that should be taken care of.
If you go to a is by reducing
World Kidney Day is a global healthcare event celebrated on the second Thursday in March every year since 2006, intending to bring together the patients suffering from kidney diseases and promote awareness of amazing kidneys by educating the people about the role in maintaining health. Now to the national scene, where the Independent National Electoral Commission INEC has indicated plans to appeal a court's judgment granting the 2 requests of 2 plaintiffs to use their temporary voter cards, TVCs. The Chief Press Secretary, CPS to the INEC Chairman, Rotimi Oyekami, in a statement expressed the intention of the Commission to approach the appellate court. Recall that Justice Obiora Egwatu had given the order allowing the use of the TVCs while delivering judgment in a suit filed by 2 concerned Nigerians seeking the use of TVCs in the general elections in the absence of the permanent voter cards, PVCs. Justice Egwatu said the order was made on the grounds that the plaintiffs were duly registered and captured in the INEC's database. The court, however, added that it was unable to grant prayer 3, which was to allow every eligible voter with a TVC to vote, because the suit was not filed in a representative capacity. On business news, the National Bureau of Statistics (NBS) has said Nigeria's total merchandise trade stood at about 11,722 billion naira in the 4th quarter 4 of 2022. This is according to the NBS Foreign Trade in Goods Statistics report for quarter 2022 released in Abuja. The NBS said total exports stood at 6,359 billion naira and total imports stood at 5,362 billion naira. The report said on an annual basis, total trade was about 52,387 billion naira. Total imports amounted to about 25,590 billion naira. And total exports were recorded at 26,796 billion naira. The NBS said re-exports value in the quarter under review stood at 199,000 199.59 billion naira, representing 3.14% of total exports. The expert also said the top 5 re-export destinations were Namibia, Equatorial Guinea, Cameroon, Ghana, and Togo. Unemployment. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency (NDLEA) has announced a recruitment exercise into its organization. The announcement is contained in an advertisement notice via its social media handles today. According to the announcement, the online application will be open for 2 weeks starting from March 12 to April 8. NDLEA called on suitable qualified Nigerians to apply for enlistment into the agency. You are listening to the News on Planet Radio 101.1 FM Uyo. Let's take a breather and then bring you more stories from our foreign, sport and entertainment scenes. Do stay with us.
Healthy living begins with the choices one makes. Choosing to live healthy is the first step to healthy living. Join us Sundays 1:30 to 2 p.m. for Healthway, awareness for healthy choices.
Thanks for staying with us. On a foreign scene, China's leader Xi Jinping has secured a historic third term as president from the country's alleged rubber-stamp parliament. This follows a consolidation of power that has been made by 69-year-old Jinping, who is China's most dominant leader in generations. Reports say Xi's power comes from him being General Secretary of the Communist Party and Chairman of the Central Military Commission, CMC. He was handed both posts at a party congress last October. Xi has also gained another term as the chairman of the CMC of the People's Republic of China. And sports. Nigeria Football Federation has moved the final round of the Under-23 Africa Cup of Nations qualifier game between Nigeria and Guinea, which will be played on March 22nd from Ibadan to Abuja. The game was earlier scheduled for the Lekan Salami Stadium at Damishimba, Ibadan, with the return leg coming up on March 27th in Guinea. The Olympic Eagles played the second leg of their last round of the qualifying match against Tanzania in Ibadan, which they won 2-0 and were expected to return to the city from Abuja, where they are currently camping to put finishing touches to their preparations for the Guinea clash. Nigeria's Under-23 will now host their Guinean counterparts at the Mashood Abiola National Stadium, Abuja, on Wednesday, 22nd March, in the final round of qualifiers for this year's Africa Under-23 Cup of Nations. On our entertainment scene, the Africa Film Academy AFA has partnered with the Lagos State Ministry for Tourism, Art and Culture under the Lagos State Creative Industry LASI initiative for the second edition of Film in a Box Lagos. The initiative, created by the late Pizzo Shigwe, will provide free training for youths in Epe, Badagry, Ikeja, Ikorodu, and Lagos Island. Report says that the first edition trained 890 young Lagosians, and many of them have since been integrated into mainstream Nollywood. It's been the news on Planet Radio 101.1 FM, but before we go, a recap of the major stories. The Independent National Electoral Commission INEC has indicated plans to appeal a court judgment granting the request of two plaintiffs to use their temporary voter cards. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency NDLEA has announced a recruitment exercise into its organization. In a bid to forestall any form of breakdown of law and order in the forthcoming gubernatorial and State House of Assembly elections in Akwa State, the Commissioner of Police CP Olatoye Durosinmi says the command will deploy more of its officers to troubled zones in the state. On the front scene, we told you that China's leader Xi Jinping has secured a historic third term as president from the country's alleged rubber stamp parliament. And in sport, we reported that Nigeria Football Federation has moved the final round of the Under-23 Africa Cup of Nations qualifier game between Nigeria and Guinea, which will be played on March 22nd from Ibadan to Abuja. For comment and coverage of a newsworthy event, call our newsroom on 0812 770-2940. Visit our website on planet101fm.ng and follow us on Twitter at planet_101fm. Also, like our Facebook page at planet101fm. The news was edited by Jane Owa. As we end the news, challenge the thought of being amongst the people who give up just when they are about to achieve their greatest success. There is always time for another last fatal minute. I am Rachel David White. Good afternoon.